Hi, good evening, everyone. Back with market this week. Yes, I'm making a recorded version of this. And let's straight away go to the Nifty outlook. If you recall that from last to last Thursday, we've been asking for a possible test of 10,500. We have it on our cards. Nifty future hits 10,632 in last Friday's trade. Now, the move from 500 to 600 was a bit of surprise for me. The indicators, short-term momentum indicators, have gone overbought, but according to my moving average trend decider, we are still in a down order, which suggests that probably the setup that we had last to last Thursday, which was gave us the move towards the 10,500, 600 points, probably likely to slow down, ease off a little bit. I will not be surprised if it does so. This is the daily chart of Nifty Future. We've got a bounce back. This is the weekly chart, which shows a tremendously strong bull candle on the upside. And I can see that my moving averages are confluencing close to that zone of 10,700 and 10,850. So any exaggeration of the move that we have seen so far, this is the zone to watch for and what one might find some resistance. I'm quite sure that the resistance will kick in soon because my indicators suggest the fact that in a downward orderly market, we are now overbought. Let's quickly run a report designer and figure out which are the stocks or the sectors which performed and outperformed in last week's trade. So I have the report designer here. Let's modify it, give it 1 week's performance. Let's first find out the sectors. So I'll go to NSE all indices, quickly run, and I see that the gainers have come from the PSU banks. Big move. This is the Nifty mid cap, small cap, infra, real estate, not bad. What about the other end of the spectrum? Quality stocks have not been doing that great. FMCG has been lagging a bit. Energy, Reliance, and IT, metal, pharma. So let's quickly take a look at the PSU banking space. So let's come here and open a new price watch and Nifty PSU Bank. Let's reduce this a little bit, yes, and let's bring in a look at how have these banks fared. This is Allahabad Bank doing exceptionally well, close to 15%. Andhra Bank 12%, Bank of Baroda 11, 13 from Bank of India 14, 15, IDBI completely, Indian Bank 11%, 19, almost 20% move from Oriental Bank, PNB giving back all the gains from the week's high, not a good sign. State Bank of India obviously leading from the front with the 15% move, followed by Syndicate Bank and then Union Bank. Both of them, Union is up 20 and Syndicate 10. So we've got a bounce back from the PSU banking universe, but still, if you have following me on YouTube or you've connected with me in any of my training programs, you know that when it comes to PSU banks, how much respect I have from a trading point of view, right? State Bank of India is the only one which sorry for that. State Bank of India is the only chart or the stock which I track within the PSU banking space, and what I see in State Bank of India is completely range bound. We need a breakout above that 310, 320 mark. Until and unless that comes, I think this oscillation, this range bound movement in State Bank of India is definitely likely to stay. There's no doubt about it, right? Let's quickly look at the report designer and let's come to the Nifty 50 stocks, and let's check that amongst this Nifty 50 stocks, which are the ones which actually fared really well. And amongst the large caps, it's India Bulls Housing Finance. It fell sharp and it bounced back equally sharp. I'm probably going to shy off from India Bulls, and if I want to be a little brave, it actually sets up a good shorting opportunity for me. But I'm not going to trade this. This is not in my universe. Yes Bank has bounced back 15%. There you go, State Bank again. UPL, amazing move. Exceptionally good move. And this chart is relatively better than the other charts that we have seen so far. I like the weekly charts, how it's panning out. And the monthly charts also shows the long-term correction that probably it is finished. An important level for UPL would be that 740 mark. If it sustains above that, you've got to move. But look at the daily chart, around 6 days of straight move, very likely it's going to ease off, right? Axis Bank, big 13.5% move, and the daily charts have also improved a lot. See, when it comes to the kind of bounce back that we have seen last week, this bounce back has not led to a trend reversal. Okay, this is the first leg of the bounce back. Now, an important point is, will this bounce back sustain, or it's just another bounce back in a major downtrend? I don't know. But what I know, or what I can anticipate and expect, is that because the order is still negative for most of the sectors and most of the stocks, I mean, because the fact that the underlying trend is down for most of the sectors and most of the stocks, I sense that this move is going to ease off a little bit. Now, it needs to be seen whether it gives away like a PNB did. This is definitely not a good sign, right? However, if it eases off a little bit, find some supports, and then at that support gives me a chance to enter into a long trade and makes a new high, then we have a good bounce back candidate in our hands. But it needs to be seen. From a trading perspective, I'm going to go completely neutral. What do I mean by this is I'm going to neither have a very bullish outlook nor a very bearish outlook this week. Couple of weeks back, I had a bullish outlook and it has played out really well. I sense that the market will ease off a little bit, but probably not correct a lot. And when I see the weekly charts, and obviously there's a lot to go in the monthly, when I see the weekly charts, the possibility is there. We've got a long candle on the weekly, and I sense the market is probably going to find its feet within this range. Caveat, or the point where you should be a little worried again, if it breaks below 10,300 again. This is the point where I had booked out profits, but below 10,300, I sense that the market is not ready for a significant bounce back. And at that juncture, I would probably be a little worried, because in that case, 10K will definitely go and probably further downside. As long as 10,300 holds, let's say 10,250, 10,300 holds, when the market eases off, if the market eases off, and if I see a revival of the move, then there's a possibility of doing long trades. So I'm keeping myself very neutral. If I get a good setup for a long trade, I'll go with it. If I get a good setup for the short trades, I'm going to go with that too. But I want to keep my trades as short term as possible. I'm going to do intraday trades, probably 1 or 2 days. I'm not going to sit on to the position for long, because it's a very reactive market. If something happens in America or something in Europe or Asia, the market is going to react to it very harshly, especially on the downside, not so much probably on the upside. So having said that, keeping a very neutral approach on the market, let's see what's in store for us in a truncated week, because we have 2 trading holidays coming up. So let's see how the market pays off for the next 2 trading sessions. Till then, everyone, thanks for watching and thanks for your comments and feedback. Trade well, trade wise.